Hey, Alec. Welcome to these press conferences. Yeah, I know you're a local guy, grew up in the area. Before we kind of talk about this year and everything, can you just kind of talk about the process of you getting over to UCF? I know you played, at Trinity Prep for Mike Kruzek, right?
Yes,
Former
sir.
UCF coach. So what was it like just kind of going through high school and then making the decision to come to UCF as a walk-on?
Well, originally I really thought I was going to play basketball in college, and then about halfway through my junior year, I decided to join the football team with my little brother, and obviously learning from Coach Kruzak. He's very smart, knows the game really well, and he had a connection with Coach Becton, which then ended up leading me to UCF.
Your brother's Max, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys grew up UCF fans, obviously local, but do you have any ties to UCF beyond that, just being around?
My aunt and uncle went to UCF, and my older sister and older brother both went to UCF.
So did you grow up a UCF fan?
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to go to UCF and going through high school?
Yes, sir. I grew up going to the games in the Citrus Bowl, then into the Bounce House. I mean, those are special moments, like I-4 with Mike Hughes bringing back the kick return. Like, those are some of my most prized moments or memories.
So you talk about prize moments and all that. Tell us a bit about your family's reaction when the news came out you went on scholarship.
Man, they were so proud of me, and I really love them, appreciate them, and I do it for them, and I just thank God that He put me in this situation where the coaches came in and they believed in me enough to be able to earn a scholarship, and they were just really proud of me, and they love and care about me, and I really appreciate them.
Can you kind of talk more about that moment? I mean, maybe you've been around for, other years when they, coaches do that and they try to surprise guys. Like, were you surprised when it happened, or what was kind of the in-the-moment reaction?
Yeah, it was funny. I was really surprised because, like, a week before I actually had talked to Coach Blackman. I was like, is there any chance that this could happen? And Coach Blackman was like, oh, no, like that would be, like, far in the distant future. And then the next week I'm sitting in the team meeting, and they put my face up on the board. I'm like, dang, like, academic, whatever, player of the week, that's awesome. And then he goes on to start talking about working hard and you earn everything you get. And then in that moment, it really hit me that that's what was happening. It was really surreal.
Alec, talking about the game on Saturday, you had a really big performance. Talk about what that does for you personally, confidence-wise, and also for the offense, is to have a really big day on Saturday.
Well, obviously, it's really nice to get the touchdowns and all the yards and stuff like that. But for the offense altogether, being able to finally get that ball vertically and be able to make the defense respect that, and then we can run the ball like crazy. I know Mikey's really improved. The O-line was blocking really well. Bowser and Johnny running the ball really well. And O'Keefe is just, he's explosive. If you give him the ball, he can score from anywhere. So confidence-wise, we're just going to keep carrying that on into the future.
Like, how have you leaned on Jake Hescock for advice? I know he's a senior guy. He's been there for a long time. How has he helped you at the tight end position?
Yeah, when I first came in, Jake was like the first person that I really leaned on to learn the plays, and he's really mentored me, and I'm really appreciative that I've had the opportunity to be around him because he's such a great player.
Alec, how did your time at Trinity Prep prepare you for those moments on Saturday?
At Trinity Prep, obviously, you don't have as many athletes, so at Trinity Prep, I was able to be the guy that was leaned on there, and Coach Kruzak was able to teach me a lot about running routes and different coverages and just instilling the game into me. So having Coach Kruzak teach me stuff like that and then being able to pull that over to UCF obviously helped a lot.
Alec, can you kind of put into words, obviously it's big getting the scholarship, but becoming such a major, focus point of the offense, making big plays, scoring touchdowns. That's got to be a great feeling. Like, you're coming off, maybe your best game, and, everyone knows your name if they didn't know it before.
Yeah, it's awesome to score the touchdowns and get the catches, but at the end of the day, I just want our team to succeed, and whether that's me catching and scoring a touchdown or me run blocking to get Bowser out or Johnny out, whatever it takes for our team to succeed, that's what I want to do.
Like, UCF has had success with former walk-ons, Greg McCrae being one of them most recently. For you to set an example, continue to set an example for walk-ons, what do you have a message for future walk-ons or current walk-ons?
I would say just continue to work hard. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I remember my freshman year, it's obviously tough going from being at Trinity where you're the guy and then going to being a walk-on scout team player, and knowing that every time you're going against those guys on defense that are the starters, you're getting better every single rep. So just knowing every day you got to come in, work hard, and stay consistent, and know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Can you talk to me about, I think it was your first touchdown the other day at Temple. Obviously you catch the ball, you're going towards the corner, you kind of see the pylon there. Just instinct just to dive for, or what was kind of going through your mind when you saw you were getting close to the end zone?
Yeah, I guess it's just seeing that I had a leverage where I was able to try to reach out for the pylon and score, and just trying to will it. Everyone sees the end zone, is like, oh, I got to get in there, I got to score. But Mikey also made an amazing pass, throwing it over 2 dudes rushing off the edge. So he really made that play happen.
Even though you had the touchdowns, Gus said your best play was that 3rd and 7 where you stopped, turned around. What did you do on that play? And were you surprised?
Well, since it was 3rd and 7, I'm more of a check down. So the fact that Mikey was composed enough to read it out and then get it to me, and then I just saw the first down was a couple more yards, so I just tried to stay in bounds and ended up doing a little spin and diving for the first down, which ended up working. But yeah, it was awesome.
Like you were mentioning about coming to UCF games as a kid. You mentioned the Mike Hughes game 2017. Were you in the stands, or is any of those those years where you kind of thinking about maybe you're in high school man, I'd love to be on this team one day? Did you kind of daydreaming about that a few years back?
Oh yeah, it's always been a dream to play Division I college football, and especially for the hometown team, UCF. Growing up, always going to games, whether it's the Citrus Bowl, the Bounce House. I remember going to the UCF Texas game, the first game that was in the Bounce House. That game was electric, and just knowing that we have the best fans in college football and to be able to play in front of them, having previously been one, is really special.
How much did Coach Kruzek, did he want you to go to UCF pretty badly, or what was his impact on your career?
He's really had an impact on my career, and he just wanted me to go wherever I could be successful. And I told him I was really interested in UCF, and that led him to pursuing Coach Beckton and seeing if I could get a spot on the team.
As a tight end, you have a unique perspective among the players where you play, you prepare to look at the pass coverage as well as the defensive front. As far as Tulane goes, I know you haven't a lot of time to prepare. What is it you see so far that kind of jumps off the page for you?
They're a physical team. They're solid. They're definitely a lot better than their record. They played Cincinnati tough. They played Oklahoma tough. So as an offense, we know that we really have to lock in this week and be able to perform. Thank you.
Thanks, Alec.